I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr.
What is up, guys? It's the Core 105. Welcome back to another MyLeague game.
Last year, they'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
Right now, looking at the Warriors,
Let's get off to a good start.
Oh,
that's not definitely a good start.
I mean, this was not the kind of start they imagined for themselves.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. I mean, they had high hopes coming into this season, and yet everything.
Well, the last time I played Golden State, I beat them. And then the last time I played Portland, we lost. So hopefully in this second game, we can come out with a win.
Clay and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside.
Oh, come on.
Hornets on defense now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it was befuddling to me.
No, Jimmy Butler missed a game-winning shot.
I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and
or maybe not, or was it to tie it?
I don't know. To get out of it. Didn't make any good adjustments there.
Now, here's Stevenson. 17 points for him last game against Portland.
Well, Steph Curry, of course, deadly from outside the arc, but last season he tried to improve his ability to get to the rim. In fact, he significantly increased his points in the paint last year.
And for Curry, improving his driving ability. He already had the handle, but he tried to work on his strength to ward off contact.
And Kevin, you know, film study is also playing a role in that progression and development. And he not only improved his finishing ability inside, he also got to the line more often, a result of being more confident in his strength.
Thompson loses his man off the screen and lays it up.
Golden State is actually my favorite team. I know I said before it was Houston, but I wasn't thinking it. My favorite team is actually Golden State.
The pass to Stevenson. Dishes it to Vonleh. The jump hook, and that is good.
I don't use Noah Vonleh much because I don't know that much about him.
The game. And Curry, here we go. Here's Bogut, banked in off the glass.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance.
Al, you got to be able to box out Bogut, man. We got to get those rebounds.
This one so far. Jefferson, a screen on Thompson. Back to Walker. Takes the three.
Come on, Kemba.
Jefferson passing to Vonleh. Butler kicks to Walker. Stevenson against Thompson. Now here's Vonleh. He's covered closely, and that one's good. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Well, you know, the Warriors have been a tough team at home for a while now. But it's in the last few years where they've proven that they can get it done on the road as well.
Now here's Curry. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Orlando.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, guys. He made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
And here's Walker.
Well, the Warriors did more than hold their own on the road. I mean, they slowly have become one of the best road teams in the league. 24 wins away from Oracle last year.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now, here's Thompson, averaging 10 points per contest. Pass to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. Lee dishes to Thompson. 5 on the clock. No one near him. Another shot. And count it. 2 points.
Oh, really?
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. There's a screen by Williams. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. From outside the arc, good.
Ooh, that was a nice shot.
Those 24 wins, Clark, were actually the third most in the entire NBA.
That really is something. Only the Spurs and Thunder won more road games than the Warriors did. And when you get hot like this team can, you can win in any building, and they proved that.
Here's Roberts. Williams, a screen on Thompson. A nice shot by Roberts.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Here's Livingston.
Oh, good pass. And he's flopping.
It's rebounded by Charlotte. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
Yeah, and in that victory, they got huge contributions from their bench, and I thought their depth was really the major factor in that game.
Dunleavy kicks to Roberts. There's Neal with the three. Can't get it to go.
Bad shot.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. It's Thompson off the drive. Good. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Dunleavy for three. Cannot hit. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hornets lead by 2.
Tune in Thursday.
Is 2K ever gonna fix the announce team since Steve Kerr is the head coach of Golden
Much of
State?
a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
And you get a chance early on to see their depth. They got a nice effort from their bench players early in this game.
Yeah, Steve, I tell you what, their subs have really packed the punch for them so far.
Ryan Roberts out there with Gary Neal. Then there's Dunleavy. Then there's Jason Maxiell. And it's Williams at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Sean Livingston last season played really well for the Nets. He backed up Darren Williams, who was dealing with injuries, and also started for much of the year, helping keep the team afloat.
Here's Williams. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
That's good. Iguodala's got the lead up.
That's basketball 101 right there. I should have seen that
Another
coming.
lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum. And Livingston at 6'7" possesses rare size for the point guard spot. He uses his length defensively.
Why is Biombo on the bench already?
And still has the ability to challenge shots and contest shots. So
Oh,
he's
damn.
a smart, talented basketball player.
Neal.
Oh, good defense.
But the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Livingston, a reluctant long-range shooter, but aside from that, Steve, able to do a lot of things to help you win.
Yeah, I love this guy. I mean, stat sheet stuffer. He fills up a box score in every category. The length, the versatility, the unselfishness, and the defensive awareness as well.
Curry's checked in for Golden State. A drive by Iguodala. A minute and a half gone here.
Oh,
Nice open
okay.
look, but it's no good.
the computer always does that.
Miss many of those.
Stevenson outside. There's the dish to Butler. Vonleh with it. Spades on him. That one rolls.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson is already an elite shooter, but he isn't done yet. He wants to be a complete off guard. He said, I'm trying to attack more. Everyone knows my jumper is the base of my game, but to be an all-star caliber player one day, I have to finish at the rim. I have to dunk more, show people I can jump.
Oh, that was, wow.
Thank you, Doris.
And with a quick break in the action, let's take a look at some of the stats for Jimmy Butler. 7th in field goal percentage, and he's in the top 10 in terms of three-point field goal percentage, so it's really been a good run for him from downtown.
And Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
And Walker kicks to Butler. Charlotte moving the ball around. Charlotte no good that time either.
Charlotte made some nice improvements in how they played last year, particularly at the defensive end of the floor, but offensively, they still were a team that didn't scare anybody from behind the three-point line.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Magic in Orlando.
And Kevin, I thought they put together a fantastic offensive game plan in that win. They knew exactly how to exploit the defense, and they really got on a nice roll.
And exploit them they did. See, they were relentless. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game. That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Iguodala outside. He feeds it to Barnes. He kicks to Curry. Three-pointer.
I fall for that every time. Oh, my goodness.
Curry's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Warriors.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Barnes against Butler.
All right, screw this.
Walker can't get it to go.
Wow, an almost perfect release does not go in.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
Okay, well, you know, that animation blows because that causes a reach and foul, even though I just wanted to swipe.
And the rest of the way.
Charlotte making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Spates. Lee comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Klay Thompson in for Andre Iguodala.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Noah Vonleh seen as kind of a project coming into Indiana.
But don't kill him.
But I think he exceeded expectations. This kid has tremendous upside. Excellent motor. He's tough.
Wow, dude.
I think he could be a double.
I hate that so much.
Shooting provides an interesting wrinkle offensively.
Taylor's checked in for Charlotte. Kirsten comes in for Lance Stevenson. And Vonleh Clark somewhat raw as far as close scoring, but the way the league is going, his outside shooting range might be even more desirable.
Well, you start trying to think about players he might become like. Chris Bosh, Serge Ibaka come to mind. Big, long guys that can space the floor because of their shooting ability. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Hairston kicks to Walker. Here's Taylor.
That was a terrible shot.
And the Hornets miss again.
Now, what was the whole point of a loose ball foul?
The first one falls, so both teams making some changes here. He's off on the second. Hornets trail by 9.
And why is my point guard all the way the fuck up there?
If they play it right.
And if their clock management is good, it will be.
Thompson right side. 1 second left.
That ball did not come out of his hand, like not once, as the ball was going through my body.
Warriors ahead as they end the second.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. You know, we can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and getting the key to protect the paint.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you, and we'll be back after. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at point.
You know, Golden State historically has always been a dangerous offensive team, but it's really their defensive improvement that triggered their elevation into the upper echelon of the NBA now.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Britt. Doris, over to you.
Steve Kerr choosing to coach the Warriors. I've said this many times, said Kerr. This is
I thought that was David Lee shooting the thing for us. I'm like, wait, no way.
2007 clinching win over Dallas was the best atmosphere I've ever felt in my life. As a broadcaster,
Come on, Kemba.
as a player, I've
Yes.
never seen anything like that. Guys, he wanted to coach in that environment.
They're loud every night. Thank you, Doris. And the defensive improvement for Golden State has kind of been piece by piece. They've had the right strategy and motivation, certainly, from the coaching staff.
Now, Stevenson, you know you should have gotten closer.
Yeah, I'm just impressed with what they've done the last couple of years in terms of their attitude, their personnel, the mindset to become more defensive-minded, and a much better rebounding club as well.
Butler passes to Walker.
Oh, damn it, Jefferson, why'd you move?
To Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson, a most improved candidate for the Pacers last season, and he said vehemently that he was staying with the Pacers despite his impending free agency. But something must have changed. Not quite sure exactly what it was. He ended up taking a deal with the Hornets for less guaranteed money. I think partly driven to get to the end of that second contract quickly.
And Stevenson drops them both. And the Pacers offered Stevenson, I think, 5 years and about $44 million. He signed with the Hornets for less, 3 years.
Feed the post.
And just over $27 million.
Yeah, you know, it's not like the Hornets blew the Pacers off the table with their offer financially. I mean, so I've got to think there was something
Oh, my
more
gosh.
to Lance's decision, and part of it may have been desiring a bigger role. That's just run-of-the-mill for him. Typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Walker against Curry. Pass to Vonleh. And the whistle blows. It's going to be Andrew Bogut.
See that?
Green, he's checked in.
That animation right there needs to go. Even though I stood there and tried to move, that animation still needs to go. Oh, let's see.
He makes the
Oh, and I
jump from the
still
left
got it.
block. Walker's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, he's been a real positive.
Wow, me and
factor
Curry.
for them
Wow,
today,
me and Curry have
although
no assists.
they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
On the wing, it's Iguodala. Green dishes to Thompson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Thompson's got 10 points in the game. Hornets trail by 5. Outside, Walker. On the wing, Stevenson. He's covered by Thompson. Clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. And again, it's Kemba Walker. He's got 13.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Warriors leading by 3.
The Hornets are certainly showing signs of development and improvement. And that's
How has that
all
not bounced?
they're doing
Okay,
to put
never
fans
mind.
in the seats. Those who bought season tickets last season got season tickets for this season for free. That meant tickets as cheap as $3.25 a game.
And this franchise, known for its first 9 years as the Bobcats, has now claimed the Hornets name and looks to start anew.
Well, to this point, you know, the worst winning percentage among active NBA franchises and not a single playoff win. It's easy to see why they would embrace it. A different tradition with the Hornets name.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now.
No.
Checked in for Jefferson. Maxio comes in for Vonleh. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Walker. Here's Biyombo. It's rebounded by Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Barnes with it. Butler covering. Green up on top. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Draymond Green was
Wow, just foul after foul after foul. Come on, guys.
far with his defense, rebounding, and great IQ for the game. And I like his competitive spirit, too. He helps you win in a lot of ways.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Williams comes in for Biyombo, and Gary Neal subbed in for Butler. And the Warriors also making a change. Spates is checked in.
Look at that, my battery's dying.
Third. Dunleavy up top, covered by Barnes. Screened by Maxiel. Here's Dunleavy. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Dunleavy's got his second bucket of the night.
And Green, more of an offensive player at Michigan State. I think he's still adjusting to the added distance on the NBA three-point arc, but shot it really well in the playoffs last year. So just getting better and better every year.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And Neal kicks to Dunleavy. That one wide.
Oh my God.
It's very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Here is Livingston. Right now averaging 5 points.
Roberts, you can get a little bit closer.
Feeds it to Barnes. Right through the knee.
Oh yeah, right. You can kiss my ass.
The Warriors lead by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Roberts.
Oh, that's going in one way or another.
Comes off an assist from Williams. Roberts got 7.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Warriors ahead, up 1. 2K. Time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
All right, let's do this. Fourth final quarter, gotta push it.
Inside, you have Vonleh and Jefferson. Walker runs the point with Stevenson flanking him, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Steve?
Yeah, that's right, guys. The lead has now changed hands 5 times.
The drive by Green. Count that one.
Boy, just terrible defense there.
Steve, really just a layup line for the most part. I mean, not much defense at all either way.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson.
Oh, it's terrible. Okay, never mind. I'll take that back.
You know, it was a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, they shot under 40% before the break, and that had to change coming into the second half, so they're starting to figure it out.
Back to Curry. He dishes it to Livingston. Curry with it. He's picked up by Walker. 5 to shoot.
Vonleh, why are you over here?
Misses.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a
Good
look
defense.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson. Dunleavy the pass to Walker. The feed now to Jefferson. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Well, we could still end losing this game, so I'm not gonna get too hyped.
And when you think about it, Big Al undoubtedly.
I cannot wait for Gasol to come back. It's been too long.
And the Hornets making a change here. Butler's checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Andrew Bogut checked in for Sean Livingston. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Warriors coach as he addressed his team. He told
He's
his
gonna make
guys,
that.
I know we can do this, fellas. Let's
It's Stephen fucking Curry plus the ball.
Things will go our way. Kevin?
Just so happened to roll in.
Terrific locker room presence, leading the Bobcats back to the playoffs, Clark, for the second time in franchise history.
Yeah, they run their whole offense through him, and with good reason,
Oh, okay.
Kevin. He's not
So-
just their scoring leader. He's also, as you indicated, their leader, period.
He's easygoing, he's friendly.
Yep, and he gets other guys.
Nice move, Butler.
They weren't very crisp in the first half, but they've really picked it up.
Who I believe I haven't used that all of this game.
Are now starting to fall.
Curry kicks to Green. Butler
Get that cheese out of here!
Get it back. No good from Lee. Hornets leading by 4. Walker with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And Jefferson gets it to go.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Curry outside.
Ah, God damn it. Every time I can...
Conley's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, I'm happy he missed. It's just I can't... Oh, shit.
He had one
Oh.
free throw in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
Curry against...
All right, Lance, you want it?
Stevenson drives in. A second chance effort, and it's...
And it was an excellent release. How dare you block me?
That's a 2 from Butler. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Thompson.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Outside, Walker. 1:14 left in the fourth. Passes it to Vonleh. Stevenson drives in.
Stevenson, stuff in the stats.
I was waiting for Jefferson to get open, but I didn't want to risk passing it and them stealing it.
He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
Man, that's a good place to get them. You know, they don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been
I didn't want to risk that.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Biombo is checked in for Charlotte. Thompson kicks to Curry. Outside Curry. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Dishes to Stevenson. The pass to Vonleh. Takes the turnaround J. And they go to the intentional foul. And
Probably not who you want shooting free throws right now.
for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a
Everybody on this team needs to go to free throw camp. If they still have that at the end of the season. I don't know if they do. No, you don't. Get that out of here. Oh.
He gets the bucket. The Hornets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I tried to go in for a layup animation.
And he misses.
That wasn't happening. That's still bullshit.
One to fall. No luck that time either. Golden State's gotten off to an...
You're going to tell me even with a almost close, slightly early excellent release, I'm still going to miss.
Again, Curry missing.
Still more of that 2K free throw cheese.
He doesn't hit the first, and that...
Look at that. How? There is no way.
And he does get the second.
There is no way. An 84 free throw, and you're missing slightly. I find it hard to believe.
Golden State. They trail by 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
I think they have to go for a 3 right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the 3, Steve.
Jason Maxiel's checked in for Charlotte. Dunleavy comes in for Lance Stevenson. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thompson for 3. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Yeah, that one kind of took all of the life out of him there, Kevin.
Kind of quieted the voices in here, didn't it? Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line.
I don't. There's no way, dude.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Looked like he tightened opened up big time on his way to the line. He could have and really should have closed it out.
And now an intentional
More of that. There is no way. You're going to tell me Kemba Walker is missing free throws.
and the first of two, no good, heartbreaker.
These guys are 80-some for free throws, and they can't hit a free throw?
The second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation.
And it's a backcourt violation.
There's Walker with the
That's why they couldn't foul me.
The shot will not go.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.